Alright, let's dive into this because it's a game that's got everyone talking, and for good reason. The Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces was more than just a basketball game. It was a masterclass in the highs and lows of sports, and personally, I think it's a perfect case study for what makes the WNBA so compelling right now. But here's the thing. This game wasn't just about Caitlin Clark's mistakes or Chelsea Gray's heroics. It was about the chaos of a team trying to find its identity, and the precision of a team that already knows exactly who they are. First off, let's talk about the Fever. This team is a roller coaster, and I mean that in the most literal sense. 1 minute they're up by 20, the next they're giving up a 15-0 run. It's like they're two teams in one body. A great team and a completely lost one. And Caitlin Clark? She's the poster child for this duality. She's capable of hitting deep threes that make you jump out of your seat, but then she'll turn around and throw the ball directly to Aya Wilson like it's a gift. What makes this really interesting is how her game mirrors the Fever's identity crisis. She's a rookie and rookies make mistakes, but the stakes are higher because she's Caitlin Clark. Every turnover, every missed free throw, feels amplified. Now let's talk about those missed free throws at the end of regulation. Personally, I think that's where the game really shifted. Free throws are mental, right? They're about focus, about blocking out the noise. And in that moment, Clark couldn't do it. But here's the thing, it's not just about her. The Fever as a team have this habit of letting games slip away. They're giving up 43.7 points in the paint per game, the worst in the league. That's not on Clark. That's a systemic issue. But because she's the face of the team, she takes the heat. And then there's Chelsea Gray. What she did in those final moments was nothing short of legendary. That game-tying three at the end of regulation? Clutch. The game winner in overtime? Ice in her veins. But what many people don't realize is that Gray's heroics weren't just about her skill. They were about the Aces' ability to capitalize on the Fever's mistakes. The Aces are a team that knows how to win ugly. They don't rely on one player. They rely on their system. They pressured the paint, forced turnovers, and made the Fever play their game. If you take a step back and think about it, this game was a perfect illustration of where these two teams are right now. The Fever are still figuring it out. They've got the talent, Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, but they're inconsistent. They can light it up from three, but they can't defend the paint to save their lives. The Aces, on the other hand, are a well-oiled machine. They've got stars like Wilson and Gray, but they also have a bench that contributes and a defense that locks down when it matters. One thing that immediately stands out is how this game reflects the broader narrative of the WNBA this season. The league is more competitive than ever, and every game feels like it has stakes. But it also highlights the pressure on young players like Clark. She's expected to carry a franchise, and that's a lot for anyone, let alone a rookie. What this really suggests is that the Fever need to figure out how to support her better. And she needs to figure out how to manage the pressure. A detail I find fascinating is how Clark's worst moments often come right before her best. She'll have a stretch where she looks completely lost, and then she'll hit a three from 29 feet like it's nothing. It's like she's still learning how to balance her confidence with her mistakes. And that's what makes her so compelling to watch. She's not a finished product, she's a work in progress. This raises a deeper question though. Can the Fever afford to wait for her to figure it out? The WNBA season is short, and every game matters. The Aces, meanwhile, are showing why they're the champs. They don't need to rely on one player to bail them out. They win as a team. And that's the difference right now. So what's the takeaway here? In my opinion, this game wasn't just about Clark's turnovers or Gray's clutch shots. It was about the contrast between a team still finding its way and a team that's already there. The Fever have the talent to be great, but they need to figure out how to be consistent. The Aces? They're a blueprint for how to win in this league. But here's the thing. I wouldn't count the Fever out just yet. They're frustrating, they're inconsistent, but they're also dangerous. And Clark? She's going to learn from games like this. She's too competitive not to. So while this loss stings, it's also part of a bigger story. And that's what makes sports so great. The journey, the ups and downs, the lessons learned along the way. So what do you think? Is Clark the problem? Or is she just part of a bigger issue with the Fever? And how do you think they can turn it around? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep watching, keep thinking, and keep enjoying the game.